I think only for a couple more years, and then we'll get back to, well, landing in spaceports.
Because there is no absolute way, when you're putting your faith in things like parachutes, to know that everything's going to be smooth, right? I mean, they do all the testing, rigorous testing, and they do that over years. But you just don't know with some of these things, and so there is risk all the way to the water.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, space travel is risky, right? These astronauts are heroes. Although there have, of course, very happily not been many losses recently. There have been many years, of course, through the last 60, 80, where we have seen significant loss of life. This particular mission, they're returning on SpaceX because the Boeing spacecraft, the Starliner capsule, couldn't bring them back. Its thrusters actually failed, and NASA just simply wasn't going to take the risk of its astronauts returning and not be able to slow down and actually enter that deorbit trajectory in the right way. They would have essentially burned up, was the risk at least. So they waited all of this extra time for a SpaceX mission to come and get them, which has a great track record. But again, there's always a risk when you're trying to come in from orbit.
And that's a good point you make there, Alan, because while we're watching this kind of go down almost seamlessly, right, and then the retrieval and these astronauts reintegrated properly back on Earth, it's what happened up there that just really highlights that you have to be millimetre perfect here, because 8 days turning into 9 months is obviously not what they'd planned for. They were able to survive it, but it just speaks to the level of planning that goes into these kinds of operations, and then all the contingency plans you have to make and have to have in place for when it doesn't go according to plan, when it doesn't go right.